I don't know who has been hollering in the ethers. I hear you. I don't know who you are, but you've been feeling really heavy. It's 7:08 p.m. on August 5th, 2022. I need to tell you guys from now on, I think, before I do any card reading, just to clarify the paranoid thoughts some of you have. If I've ever met you in real life, like if I've ever looked at you, talked to you, if I know anything of you in physical real life, nothing I really say in any of these readings is directed towards you, any of you. I don't mean that in an offensive way. I mean that in a way where I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the real you, not the people that you're pretending to be. Like, I don't care who's watching these videos. For all I know, friggin', you know, I mean, pick a celebrity. Who knows? There could be anybody watching my channel, really. I mean, I don't know. So if you guys think I'm specifically pointing you out with certain things, please remember I channel. I'm highly psychic. I don't think of you guys during the readings. I see experiences, I see memories, I see stories, I see pictures and movies and different timelines and probabilities and dimensions. If you think in all of the things I do that I'm busy trying to send you some subliminal message, I mean this in the most humble way. Please do some shadow work. Now I'm going to do a quick reading because I've been feeling a very heavy energy in the what's called the higher heart chakra. It's in between your throat chakra and your heart. So kind of where you're in between the two collarbones. And I don't know what the fuck. Somebody said there's some people that don't have collarbones. I don't know. Like, I've never even heard of that before, but it's kind of in between your shoulders if you don't have a collarbone. Or if you're not human or anthropos. I'm not crazy. I just know too much. Okay. Whatever that heavy energy is, if you do not address it, it will lead to a headache because it is energy that is being blocked. Because the physical day-to-day reasoning for this is that you are not expressing what you truly feel for the people that you feel it towards. You're emotionally diverting it. Think of it like a fury from Shadowbane. You know, she's floating in the air and she's like trying to cast a lightning bolt, and somebody casts a deflection shield, and the lightning bolt deflects and hits someone else. It's like you're deflecting those emotions that you feel towards someone else, and it's in a way betraying what you feel as a person. So then that area of your energetic system starts being damaged because it's not getting the energetic flow. If it was getting the proper energetic flow, you would be communicating and acting more authentically and telling people how you feel. Since most of you don't do this, therefore your higher heart chakra, the heavy pink chakra, isn't functioning right. Some of you might have seen Sailor Moon, the, what is it called? The prism, silver prism or something. Shame. Can't believe I can't remember it. Something prism, crystal, whatever. It comes out of her higher heart chakra, and it looks like the star of Venus. which is associated also with the Star of Mary, among many other goddesses. And I'm being told energetically like a harp string being pulled that I can hear. And it sounds like I'm supposed to tell you that some of you should really be more open to praying to a mother goddess and her son, the Father God, rather than an almighty one above all, only the Father. And I'm not saying this to get you to believe anything. I'm saying this because in doing so, you will be triggering a neural and nervous system pathway that will enable you to subconsciously allow yourself to receive more love. We don't associate father figures with cuddling and coddling. That's the mother's job. So if you're having that heavy energy feeling in between your collarbones, or any kind of a headache, or any pain on your left side, that's what it's from. And some of you might be having hand issues, like you can't reach as far with your hands, or your hands hurt when you try to grab something. I had a little eureka moment earlier, and I was shown a vision of people stealing things in the physical world, and the angels, what they look like nuns in Catholic school, smacking their hands from the astral realm whenever the humans steal in the physical realm. So then the humans experience it as arm pain, or like, paranoid thoughts, thinking people are doing magic on them or some shit, when it's your own spiritual team doing it to you to get you to stop doing it. Like, they're literally using that, what is that, the eye for an eye thing? Like, if somebody steals, you cut off their hands. They're kind of showing you in a very literal metaphor, like your back's hurting, maybe you're carrying too much weight. Your legs hurt, maybe you're running too much, running away too much, or running towards too much. Or you're not moving, or you're running away from yourself and your emotions. There's symptoms and signs for everything, and your body's always talking to you. And once it starts hurting in the heavy heart chakra area, the higher heart chakra, that's your kind of warning sign that you have to become more empathic with yourself first, because no one else ever can give you true compassion, ever. Nothing you've been through, the moments you lived in life, please accept this and comprehend this for yourself. Every moment you lived in your life, every breath you took, every second that ticked on that clock, every thought that you had, and every thought that you didn't want that you had, all those moments, okay? No one will ever know about them. Even if you write them down in a book, moment by moment as they happen, it will still not be adequate enough to relay the experience you had in just one day, let alone how long an hour can take sometimes. Now, some of you have CPTSD, so it's perpetual trauma every day, usually every 15 to 45 minutes. There's some mild anxiety or panic attack that courses through the body. That's due to the nervous system constantly replaying what was happening because the emotions aren't being processed. I know this from experience. And let me tell you, it is really unpleasant to feel your way through all of them. But that's part of the work. Okay, let me pull you guys a few cards and I'll close this out. this. I need more tea. And the little puppy that I will not call his name because I don't want him to wake up and look at me, is napping on the floor again. I'm so surprised at how much puppies sleep. I thought this would be like so difficult. He's such a good boy. Page of Cups. You know what this just looked like to me? The Five of Cups. And like the sky, the clouds, the gray clouds, they break. And then the sun comes in the rainbow and she's like, oh wait, there's still a cup with a fish in it. Hey. Like, you know, that breath of fresh air. That's kind of what this is. Like someone's really in their feels, in their not good feels. There's like living water that wants to move in you, in some of you. But if you let that living water out now, it'll probably look like sludge for some of you. On a very basic, mundane level, some of you might get a call to go on a date, or somebody might express something about how they feel towards you. Could be very minor, but whatever it is, it will have you feeling like you just saw a flash of a rainbow in the sky, but you weren't really sure. But it put a smile on your face. Like that little moment. Some of you are waiting for someone to say something and they're not going to. Mainly because the act of waiting for that process means you are creating an energetic boundary that says it's not here yet. So then you end up betraying yourself. So, judgment. Things coming back from the dead. Things that were long gone coming back. In a sensation that creates a sigh of relief and a sense of stability and home. It's kind of like seeing a friend you haven't seen in a long time. Like you're at the grocery store and suddenly you see your best friend from like kindergarten and you're like, what the fuck? You know how ravens find shiny things, or they find brushes or tools and they work together? Like there's a lot that's been going on behind the scenes. And really this could be something as brief as seeing, you know, the mailman at a gas station and they just compliment you, you know? Or this could be a true love situation that didn't happen back then and it's happening now because somebody sees the light and they realize what they want. If you're not dealing with anything or anyone and it's just you by yourself usually and people are just shady to you and you're on your own, this is just being good to yourself and appreciating what you have and enjoying the time you're existing, even if it's just by yourself. No one knows what you're feeling when you're feeling it. Only God knows that. Well, Mother God, God, and Holy Spirit. That entire soup of creation. They know. Your spiritual guides know, kind of. But really, it's between you and God. So when you're by yourself or when you're with anybody, just do your best to appreciate that you're alive, you're existing, and that you have the ability to feel and think, and that you have enough wisdom and common sense to comprehend right from wrong, at least within your own moral compass, and that you're teachable. You evolve, you grow, you apologize, you stand your ground when you need to. You can take care of yourself, you can take care of other people. You know, some of you are really ready for love. Others of you are realizing what love is and how, you want to give it to yourself and you want to just have. I mean, I'm seeing somebody backpacking through like a hillside somewhere. And I keep hearing Italy. Italy, Italy. I'm going to Italy. All right, have fun. Send me a postcard. Whatever puts you guys in that Five of Cups energy that I keep seeing, that's sadness. Please don't allow it to linger inside you. No one can come and save you, no matter how much you physically sit there and express and emote physical expressions to someone in your own house that you're not feeling well. If they don't want to help you, if they don't notice it, then you wasted that emotional and life experience calling for help without actually just doing it the easy way and asking for help, but instead waiting for help to be offered. You know what I mean? And even if all you have is a dress, a cup, and a fish in it, you're still worthy in the eyes of God. You're still worth loving and being in your own idea of heaven, your own Eden, your own garden. $142 seems interesting. 1, 4, and 20. So 1, 4, 20 or 142 or the number 7. I just don't get. I don't get why people waste so much time with the wrong people, lying to people, and then mentally processing and analyzing and having self dialogue to justify doing exactly what you don't want to do. It's so silly to me. If you're with someone and you're not deeply in love with them and they don't feel like home, why do you keep telling yourself that that's your person? When your heart breaks when you're watching a movie or when you're walking down the street or when you see someone that's so beautiful and you're like, oh my God, that's a beautiful person. I want to be my beautiful version of that. Or they have such a nice outfit. I'll never be able to afford that. Whatever it is, right? Like, if you can't kind of be your own perfect partner. You know how some people romanticize how like you can the feminine energy misbehaves and she's bunkers and the guy kind of has to always be the stable one and take care of her no matter how crazy she is. Like, she knows she's being crazy and she can behave better. And he knows that she's only doing it because she's hiding something, right? It's kind of like I don't know if you've watched I Love Lucy, but Lucy sometimes picks on Ricky behind his back just to see him irritated. And then he gets irritated, and then she gets irritated because he got irritated at her, and then she's irritated at him. I'm like, It's just things in your life have happened in a way where if you try to figure them out, you waste so much time thinking about it that all that time and energy is still being processed in your body, and it's doing either damage or healing to your systems. So if you're with people that you don't want to be with, or if people are treating you in a way that you're not okay with, check in with yourself. Have compassion with yourself. No one knows those seconds that you're going through what you're going through. Nobody. To them, it's just 5 minutes. To you, it's 5 minutes alone with your thoughts and emotions. Some people are alone for 5 years, some for 50. Some die alone. No one was there. Jesus didn't show up and miraculously prevent these people from dying. He didn't prevent people's, arms from breaking or car accidents from happening or whatever. No offense at all. But how can Christ show you that you have to take action in your life with what you want? But you're not, like, you're expecting your partners and your friends and family and yourself to telepathically, empathically, and psychically know everything you're feeling without you having to say it. Do you see how it's kind of like I learned this of whatever. I learned about this, okay? And I've been through this. I can't explain it to you because you already know, and if I'm explaining it to you, then I'm pointing at something you're hiding behind your back. And then I have to explain to you the mentality of why you're hiding it behind your back. And all I'm trying to get you to do is to hold it up front, because then somebody comes up and says, hey, you want to dance? Oh, come on. Come on. Like, if you're sitting there like this, or if somebody's doing this, who do you think is going to come up to that person? Do you know, personal story, when I was growing up, whenever I was sad or upset or crying, I didn't have anybody to you know, oh, poor baby, here, pat, pat, you need a lollipop or ice cream. I didn't have any of that shit. I would fall asleep in the grass in the forest preserves in Germany in like 1986 by myself at 6 years old. I sit in my bedroom listening to friggin' Disney soundtracks, crying my ass off after school. Like, nobody knew. And even if they did, they couldn't do anything. Because usually what people do, the default thing they go to is give them space, they need time. When that's usually not it. So then people get stuck like this. And then they wonder, what the fuck was the point of all that? When it's all orchestrated, when it's all paid actors, when it's all people that treat love like obligation, when it's just one ex after another. What's the fucking point? That, 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 that. All these other cups and all these other potentials all the way back there. Think about it for a minute. Give yourself a reality check. How many hours have you spent thinking about what you're choosing or what was chosen for you? It bothers you, doesn't it? Now imagine if I had to sit here and point at the emotion and mindset and action that it takes to get you from this to this. I have to lead you back through that. And then I got to do it with help so that you can get up from there and do what's right by you. Because an eternity that you have to live with yourself and your own conscience, do you really want to keep carrying this with you? You guys have a good future ahead, like a good next few hours, whatever your next few experiences are. But you gotta, how do I word this? You know how sometimes we get hungry and we just want to eat. We don't want to cook. No cook, just food. But I gotta cook in order to get food. But I don't want to cook. I'm hungry. You know that conversation you have with yourself? It's the same Ouroboros whenever you're thinking about relationships, jobs, decisions, etc. When the key usually is what your heart wants, not what the towers built up in your mind keep telling you to think about, but instead your instincts, your intuition, your higher heart chakra, the heart, the emotions that are above what mankind has influenced. Comprende? You gotta stand up to yourself. Whenever you catch yourself thinking, put a little, scratch somewhere, like a mark on a piece of paper, every time you're thinking about what to do about a certain situation or person, because you already know. You already know what to do. You're just wasting time. And it's breaking your own heart. That's why your body aches in ways and you can't explain it. That's why stuff keeps moving around the apartment. That's why people feel weird around you sometimes, or you feel weird around people. Because deep down inside, you know, we all know, because we all do it. We're doing something we don't want to be doing, but we keep doing it and we keep justifying it. What is that thing for you? I don't want to know, but I want you to stand in front of the mirror and admit it. You smoke cigarettes, or you drink beer or wine, or you have a fear of this or that. Look right into your pupil and admit it. If you speak multiple languages, speak in your native tongue. Think in your native language. Be authentic to your culture and your ethnicity. Honor them. Honor your ancestors and your descendants. You're the ancestor to your descendant. If you're not honoring them, what kind of an ancestor are you going to be? Like if you were going to be depicted as a saint or a god or a sinner or whatever, or a Marvel superhero's character or whatever, like what would your character sheet be? What were your superpowers? Being betrayed or being the betrayer? Or did you master that skill and realize you never need to use it? Because honesty and kindness and gratitude kind of really neutralize, deflect, and transmute everything. Only the authentically true things can get through. And then only those that are beneficial and harmless, because the vibration are clean. Your intent would be clean. Have a talk with yourself. And really, please, I need to do this too. Can we all please go buy a journal? And it doesn't need to have anything fancy. But every time you notice yourself really thinking about something for more than 20 fucking seconds, like you don't even need to think about it that much, but when you notice you're still thinking about something, start writing down what the fucking question is. What's the problem? What's the problem? Like, write it down. And then really write down what you think the solution is. Look at it objectively, like the Queen of Swords. Get out of your emotions and get out of your head, because that's the Ouroboros, the snake eating its own tail. It never ends. And then you add a twist to it and it becomes a fucking infinity symbol. It just never stops then. Write it out. Just make a journal. Write down your thoughts. The time you had them. They're $1 from the Dollar Tree. You can get 4 of them and use one per week or whatever. Use one per year if you want to. I don't care. This is because once you do this, you're going to see how much time you waste on things you don't need to be thinking about. Some of you comment on or mention in other videos how in these videos I ramble or I monologue. Do you not realize why yet? I'm chasing down that energetic thread that you keep hiding so that you can't hide it. Because you hiding the thread means you're not connecting that thread to where it's supposed to go in the tapestry. You're holding on to it. That bad behavior, that denial. Who cares if you drink beer? Do you like it? Good. Put your feet up and drink your fucking beer. Like, who cares? Why would you constantly think that what you're doing is bad, even if it's I don't want to say all the bad stuff, but like those bad things don't count. But I mean, like, if you're smoking a lot of weed and people are like, oh, that person's a pothead. Well, first of all, fuck you. Second of all, you have no idea. And third of all, what do you care? Like, really, and think about it. Would you care about what someone else is doing if you were that other person? Would you care about what you're doing? If you do, why aren't you doing the thing you would care pleasantly about? Person, place, or thing. You can change your life in an instant. Right here and right now, you can decide. No more waiting, no more procrastinating and, making up chores and coming up with different things to watch and different things to do and create. No, just have a seat in front of a mirror and talk to yourself. Quit wasting your own time. I love you guys. And yes, I will show you the puppy. Where is he? Oh, there he is. You guys, he's so tiny. Anyway, take care of yourselves. Bye.